squeeze them. There's so many layers to that joke. I'll be here all afternoon. Okay, stand up. Now touch your toes for me. Keep that left, bring that left butt cheek down more. There. I'm going to tug back and let me know when you feel. What? She didn't have a microphone. What did she say?
Oh yeah.
Do you want to punch me yet? Huh? Folks, that's the hinge right there. By the way, if she was wearing pants, just watch belt lines of your clients. In fact, Steve, this is one of my recommendations for my overweight clients, is every 15 minutes during the workday, stand up and make your belt line parallel to the ground. Let's all just watch this, okay? Let's all do this. Just lean forward a little bit, okay? Just a tiny bit. Now, take your quads or your thigh muscles and squeeze them as hard as you can. Huh? Look at that, huh? There was a time where I actually had thighs. God, I miss them. Now, while you're doing that, try to squeeze your butt cheeks. You notice you can't do it? Not my fault. That's the way you're designed. Now, take your belt line and flatten it, absolutely flatten it, so the belt line is parallel to the ground. Anyone notice anything about your butt cheeks? Rock hard. Squeeze them even harder and watch what happens. Listen, I want you all to squeeze your butt cheeks hard. I mean, really hard. Here's a good clue for your clients. If your clients feel stretching here, do any of you feel that, by the way? If you've been on a plane or drove here, good chances you squeeze, you'll feel stretch here. If you feel stretching here, there's a good chance you're spending a lot of your life like this. So I ask them every 15 minutes, a little beeper test. It's really easy with your phones and your computers and your marijuana, cigarettes, and whatever you kids use. Every 15 minutes, stand up, get that belt line flattened out. If you feel this, that's an indicator. Now, worse, if you only feel one side. The pelvis is a bowl, and the bowl should be filled with water. It shouldn't tip out the front. You want that bowl here, okay? This is how you're supposed to finish a kettlebell swing. If you guys do kettlebell swings and they finish like this is bad. So let's all get here, boom. That's, when you see like videos of Pavel doing swings, you'll see him go, boom. That's the idea. If you're a discus thrower, boom, that's how you finish. You bring the bowl flat, okay? So let's all squeeze our butt cheeks. There's like a V here, okay? We have a name for it in Utah, but it'd be inappropriate to say here. Wiggle your, wiggle your toes, so you got your weight on your heels more. Now all I want you to do is push your butt back, not down. Knees are minimally bent. Push your butt back until you feel your hamstrings. For most men, keep doing it. For most men, you're in the hinge plank position. However, no offense, get back to the seventh and the traditional plank on here. For the pull, the plank is the bat plank, bat wing plank, okay? Now, I believe that the hinge it's been lost by most of us. It's the most powerful thing the human body can do. Hinge versus squat. In both cases, maximal hip bend. Both cases. In the hinge, minimal knee bend. In the squat, of course, we're going to have maximal knee bend in just a minute. So there's your continuum. Squatting, max, max. Hinging, max, minimum. Hinging is the most powerful thing you can do. My daughter hiked Mount Olympus the other day, and it's also famous worldwide for being one of the, that's when the rattlesnakes all come in the winter. They gather there. You guys know rattlesnakes do that? It's disgusting to even think about. But if you're walking and there's a rattlesnake, there's two, okay, rattlesnake coil. Most people think, especially guys who coach club volleyball, this is how you, it looks like this is how you teach your girls to jump. You try to bring your face as close as you can to the rattlesnake and then jump over it, just like that. I think you should push your rear end back and snap over it. That's what a hinge is. If you've ever seen someone Olympic lift, that's what that is. But to teach the hinge, we're going to give you 2 different steps. Most Americans are so tight here and so forgetful here. Gluteal amnesia, that's what it's called. Yonda came up with the term. Okay. The butt is a sign of youth. It's one of my, in fact, it was kind of fun. Was one of you posted it? I mentioned about a Sex and the City episode. Okay. Can I get a few people to volunteer and do that, please? Anybody who felt they used their head too much, would you hop up there and try it out? So I just gave you 3 planks. This one, okay, the partner-assisted plank is, better? Head off? Head off? Do you feel that cramping? Head off? Do you feel the cramping? A little bit. Push. Can you feel that while we're talking? Now, the downside of this is that she's using her head. But if they can do it correctly, the bat wing plank is a wonderful patterning exercise for the rhomboids. Bat wing planks, everybody, please. Now get together. It's okay. You can touch each other. This is 3rd grade. You always have to stand for guys who have to touch each other. In fact, when I'm teaching a client, I'm going to touch you, okay? This is your notebook, right? Okay, so what a good idea is, I'm going to put a notebook between his knees, hold on to it, squeeze it, and see, by doing that, see how his notebook's between his knees? By doing that, I know this is all locked down. Stuart McGill, who I have great respect for, last year said here, if you can't hold a plank for 2 minutes, and I love Stuart, either you're morbidly obese or your abdominal training sucks. That's why I love McGill. No middle there, is there? Either you're fat or you suck. There's no. So, everybody down, listen. 2-minute plank. Now listen, I'm stupid, okay? I know that. I used to coach a high school girls, and we had a 1-minute push-up test. How stupid could you be? I had girls who couldn't hold this position for 1 minute. Therefore, I was coaching them to fail immediately. If the push-up position plank for women is something that should be done throughout the whole career. It's not my fault, by the way. This is an issue from anatomy. It's not my fault. On the 7th day, I was going back to work. God took the day off. I was still in there. There's a few things I was trying to fix. The Q angle on women and the upper body shoulder weaknesses. I'm just saying, I was there. I did get the aardvark pushed in on the last day. That is my fault. So, in the plank family, does everybody know this plank too? Do that basic plank. Everyone get this standard squat and carry. We all know that if you heard me speak, right? But here's the problem. The clients you're going to get. Now listen, I know, I got the email. Charles Poliquin said, so it must be true, that if you're a Division I athlete, squats are better than planks. Well, that's great. How many of you in here were Division I athletes? Well, that is effing impressive. Adjective impressive.